The following content contains coarse language, adult references, and very strong views of opinion. So if you're easily offended by any of the above, we ask you to kindly fuck off. Hey! Come on now! It's time to turn those frowns upside down. Gavin and Jesse here to give you the news. So there's no excuse to be blue. And now, it is time for the D&T Podcast! Welcome to episode 1 of the D&T Podcast. I'm Gavin with my co-host Jesse. We're here to talk about all things wrestling, music, and entertainment alike. Let's get things started. And here we are on the 26th of February 2016. We got a whole lot to talk about today. We're going to go through Fastlane,
the news,
and some music stuff that's been happening recently. I guess everyone kind of knows about, but let's start off. First things first, talking about Fastlane that just happened. What do you think of the pay-per-view overall?
Overall, a lot of people. Some people will agree with me. Some people may not. But I fucking hated it. It was such a waste of time and such a the only positive thing that came out of it was the fact that we had pizza and soft drink, but that was about it. But there was a couple good matches. I'm not gonna lie. There was a few decent matches from that pay-per-view, but overall, waste of fucking time.
See, I'm gonna go the opposite of you. I quite enjoyed the pay-per-view.
You did?
There was some amazing wrestling. It's just that the ending was a very fucking bad idea. It's twice now Roman's been booed like that.
And they
really want this guy to be the next thing, and he's getting heel heat on him. Yeah,
and fuck, it's like the fact that I cannot fathom why they did that, like the way that they did. I mean, fucking Brock sold the fucking chair shots, but then you see Roman, he didn't sell one fucking chair shot.
We will get that. Well, we will get to that. Far out. We will get to that, but first things first, the Intercontinental title match, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. I liked it. I quite enjoyed it. Dolph took a nasty bump into the turnbuckle.
That was, yeah.
He hit that thing so hard.
I felt that pretty bad. Jesus Christ, that was
We watched it, and it almost looked like they were going to go home from there. Ooh, wrestling terminology. Ooh, no.
Oh man, that was scary to watch. Actually, that was probably one of the better matches of the night.
The other thing too, the match overall was really good. Some very great spots, good technical wrestling because both guys are just phenomenal. But something that pissed me off is JBL, but that's not new.
Oh, JBL always says shit on
commentary. Kind of talking about the super kick party that happened during that match. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hang on, you guys never talk about the existence of all these outside promotions and all these outside wrestlers, but you'll talk about the super kick party, which the Young Bucks have made famous.
Exactly. And fucking,
And almost claim it as your own.
There's a lot of shit that JBL says on there. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
That's it.
Please.
Yeah, Owens and Ziggler, really good overall match. Wasn't the first match of the night. First match was actually Sasha Banks and Becky versus Naomi and Tamina. We're not going to really talk about it because, look, Naomi and Tamina, Tamina's always been good. Naomi's gotten better. The review is just a dumb fucking move. And that match just, I don't know.
What is that kicking thing she fucking does?
Oh, God.
Because I fucking see it, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. It's the fucking weirdest thing
I've ever seen. The little Russian dance she did. I
don't...
That was Jewish.
I don't know what to fucking...
Whoops.
Yep. This is the sort of shit that you get when you're podcasting for the first time.
That is it. The other thing, too... I guess we'll go to the very start of the show, the US title match.
Yeah, that was actually dark horse for me personally. Like, I honestly thought it was a really good match. which is funny because, it's how many times have we seen them fucking go against each other?
I don't like Del Rio's new finishing move. The guys have to physically hold themselves up, and it's not believable.
Yeah.
Also, Mauro Ranallo
Yes.
gave it such a big match hype for a pre-show match.
We were so excited when we saw him in the commentary booth, and then as soon as it queued to the pay-per-view and we saw Cole, we were instantly fucking pissed. Because that guy just knows how to call a match. It's every time you hear Michael Cole call a match, he doesn't he does focus on some of the moves, but then you see him more focusing on shit outside of the match, like, oh, this is what's happening with the Authority, or buy the WWE Network for $9.99. No, that was not a free plug, by the way, but fucking.
In the words of JBL, I love him, Michael.
Oh God. But yeah, back to him.
It was good to
Hands
hear
down.
a commentator commentate on the wrestling.
Finally, yeah.
That's what it was.
You don't get that very often. Like, I think the last time I've really been impressed with commentary was when I saw Wrestle Kingdom 9 with Matt Stryker and Jim Ross, and hands down the best commentary I've seen the last couple of years. I mean, I have seen really good commentary from other promotions, obviously, but that was hands down the best I've seen lately.
I think it was more so the nostalgia thing of hearing JR's voice again.
And the fact that there was no bullshit to deal with. Like, he didn't have to plug anything that was business related or anything. It was just wrestling. I mean,
You don't have to plug the New Japan Network. What's that called again?
New Japan World.
That's it.
It's good. I'd get on it, guys. Like, we got it for Wrestle Kingdom 10, and it was actually really, really good. I found some really good old footage from Madison Square Garden. Believe it or not.
Learn how to read kanji and katakana and stuff like that.
If you get Google Chrome, it will translate everything. But back to Fastlane. We're getting sidetracked.
US title match. Yeah. 2 out of 3 falls. Kalisto gets the win. We didn't say who won the matches. Oh, no. Owens keeps the Intercontinental title. Kalisto keeps the US title in the 2 out of 3 falls.
Becky and Sasha won.
Yep. Let's go to the next one. Charlotte and Brie for the Divas title, the gimmick infringement match, I like to call it.
It almost feels like she only got that fucking match because of Daniel Bryan's retirement.
Look, Brie has gotten better, but Nikki seems to be a bit better.
Which is
That's hard to say.
That's coming from us, the biggest haters of the Bella Twins. Like, yeah. Well,
I think Maria Kanellis hates them more than what we do.
Well, she did, apparently. I'm not sure if they still do, but we're not into that fucking gossip bullshit. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we don't do this gossip shit. Sorry.
No, not at all. But
back to the match. Look, like you said, Brie's gotten better. Charlotte's always been good. It's just, I almost feel Ric Flair is kind of pointless at the moment with her.
It's more like a comedy act. I'm not kidding you. I was laughing hysterically when I was watching him on. I think it was either Sunday or Monday. I can't remember. I think it was either Sunday or Monday.
It would have been Monday for Raw.
Yeah, I was just laughing hysterically because when the guy laughs, his face is just the funniest thing I've ever seen. But yeah,
that's it. But yeah, Charlotte picks up the win. Look, like I said, the whole Brie's kind of getting this little push thing because of Daniel. She wore his boots. She does his moves.
She gets the cheap pops.
Yeah, it's a cheap pop match kind of thing.
Yeah.
Look, I'm okay with having a shit Divas match.
Yeah, of course.
Because now with Brie kind of retiring soon and whatnot, now it's Becky's going to get more chances again, and Sasha. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And then when Bayley comes up and Asuka and hey. Dana Brooke.
I'm all for Dana Brooke.
This is the year of Dana Brooke. I'm calling it now. That chick is going to win the NXT Women's title before the end of the year.
I hope so. She deserves it.
Emma as well.
Emma's somebody that should be she's come a long way.
She has. But we will get to NXT in another episode.
Yeah, we'll get onto NXT. Hopefully in the next episode.
And now you want to take the next one, right?
Yes. This one was probably the most infuriating one. why the fuck why are the Wyatts going against the fucking whatever that team's called, the big team or the
Titans.
The Titans or fucking hell.
And they're going over the Wyatts.
You kill the fucking momentum.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because we're stupid. Oh, fuck. I don't know if you heard me hit myself on the microphone. I'm like, ow.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what to say about it because it's more infuriating than I've ever, like the most infuriated I've ever been. I think, like you were there, I was in silence for at least 15 minutes.
After the match?
Yeah, I walked off, I grabbed a drink, sat back on the couch in silence,
look,
fucking pissed.
Look, it was good for what it is. When did Big Show become a face? I don't know. Ryback, what the fuck was that attempt at a shell shock at the end on Harper? And it's like, we've seen you do it on bigger guys.
Yeah.
And then with this one, you couldn't get it right today, which it happens. Happens wrestling. It happens. Yeah, we play music. Sometimes we fuck up on stage as well.
Always. Like, well, not always, but you get that stuff.
But it was just kind of embarrassing. Oh, and that's the other thing too. What the fuck is with Ryback using some of CM Punk's moves?
I noticed that.
The 4 knees into the corner and Ryback almost going over on the second one and having Luke Harper dying hysterically as Ryback almost went over the fucking top rope.
You could see that. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what the whole Ryback thing is about. I just don't.
And now he's a heel, but we were going to talk about Raw after Fastlane. Okay, next one. Let's go to...
Are we forgetting something? Any matches?
I don't believe so.
Honestly, let's just go to the ratings with Payback. Well, not Payback, fucking Fastlane, because
we're up to the best match of the night.
Fully
Y2
far
AJ.
out. I keep forgetting about this match.
How can you forget about it? It was the best match of the night.
I keep forgetting about it because I don't.
It was
such a shit show. I didn't realize that was actually on the show.
It was such a good match. You know, Jericho almost killing AJ a couple of times was a bit hard to watch, but
yeah, I gotta say that was probably the best match of the night for me because it's fucking AJ Styles. Like,
exactly. What can you say? This whole he's a rookie thing is starting to do my head in, but it makes sense.
It looks like they're starting to stray away from that though.
Yeah,
which is a positive at least. But yeah, best match of the night. Happy with the way it came out. I'm happy that it hit the Styles Clash. I mean, the only thing that
Jericho kicking out of the Styles Clash.
I know a lot of people have been pissed off about it. I mean, I kind of get it, but then again, that's WWE.
Exactly. But I mean, the fact Jericho tapped. That's one of those instances where I can count on one hand how many times we've honestly seen that in his career.
I don't think we've seen it very often,
exactly.
like in big profile matches.
No.
But yeah, best match of the night for me.
Easily AJ picks up the win. The next night on Raw, him and Jericho team up, work that out.
I don't know what's going on with that.
I will say though, I've been saying this, people don't like it. They should have feuded Miz with Styles instead of Jericho.
It would have been, like, I'm not gonna lie, that would have been a good idea, but
hell, why don't you triple threat kind of thing? No, it wouldn't work.
He would sell the shit out of everything. That's the
would.
thing. With Miz, like, I've noticed he's really good at doing that. But overall, with the pay-per-view,
whoa, hang on, 2 more matches.
Far out.
Three. Do we count Curtis Axel versus R-Truth?
That was just a filler match, really.
That was a filler match. Let's get to the cutting edge peep show with our favorite team, New Day Rex. New Day Rex. So good.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting some big things out of that, but
I was like, 1 or 2 things is going to happen. Enzo and Cass are going to come up and start feuding for that title because, let's face it, the tag team division in main roster, it's stale. It's gone back to exactly how it used to be.
It hasn't really changed much.
No. And then you look at NXT, and that tag team division is fucking thriving at the moment.
It's awesome.
So good to watch. But yeah, it was that, or I thought Carl and Doc were going to come It was a long shot, but they might have come. No one said we get, Edge and Christian doing really bad League of Nation impressions.
Yeah.
Since when did Bulgarians go hakapui, hakapui? What the fuck was that, Christian?
Oh my god. The comedy parts are the best, I reckon.
Well, Edge and Christian, they're great at that. Watch the Edge and Christian show if you haven't yet. That was a good watch. The first episode was a bit of a letdown, but trust me, episode 2 makes up for it.
Oh shit, yeah, it's much better on the second episode.
But then there was also this weird thing where it's like New Day heels, correct?
Yeah.
And they were doing this like back and forth thing with Edge and Christian, and then League of Nations come out. Edge and Christian say shit about League of Nations, and they're all friends.
Yeah.
What? Like a couple minutes ago, you were like, "We're gonna leave. We hate you," and now your friend. I don't know. WWE. Next, then it was Curtis Axel pick up win over R-Truth. They keep teasing Golden Truth.
Yes.
Just a filler match. But hey, I love the Social Outcasts.
Oh, so do I.
It's so good. People can't get into it. I'm all about it.
Social Outcasts. I just want
it to go viral, baby.
Oh, mate, trust me, I'm a massive fan because they're actually getting airtime for one. That's the biggest positive I see out of it is that getting airtime that we've all wanted. I mean, some people are gonna have a whinge like they always do because there are unintelligent fans out there, and I know quite a few of them, but yeah, they don't realize that they're actually getting the airtime that they were demanding. Like, oh, bring back Leo Kruger, give them more airtime. But then they finally do it, and it's like there's a big issue. But I'm happy with the Social Outcast, and it's fucking so funny to watch.
All right, and now it's a big one.
Yes.
The leader of the Ambrose and Silent, Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
The leader of the Roman Empire, Roman Reigns. And the Beast!
Wait, didn't we go through this match already?
No.
Well,
we went through a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And fuck you. You ruined my Brock Lesnar introduction. Versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar. What a match. I'm not going to lie. What a fucking match. Holy shit.
Trust me, he does that on a regular basis. But what a match.
It's what I say whenever a girl looks at my penis. It's the Beast. I'm going to edit that out.
Don't edit that out.
I'm editing it out.
No, you're not editing that out. This is why it's a fucking no holds barred podcast, and we can say whatever the fuck we want, and nobody can do anything about it.
Oh, except some YouTube fucking infringement
which
shit.
We will be getting onto in the future.
Next episode, I want to talk about where is the fair use, but let's get back to this match. Look, that was a good match. I'm not going to lie, that was really good. The whole Brock going to Suplex City, look,
yeah,
I hate it. I really hate just the suplexes, but you know what? When it happens, I get into the hype of it and I fucking love it.
Oh, who doesn't? It's Brock Lesnar.
I mean, we got a Samoan drop into a German suplex into a Samoan drop.
Pretty much.
He Reigns once again showing his strength because he had to fucking pretty much, almost do the jump with Dean on his back.
Yeah.
Very good overall match. But now comes the shit part, the ending.
The finish.
Just how predictable it was. We knew since the Rumble. We've known since about August of last year that Reigns is going to get the title.
Yeah, we've always known.
And then he gets it, and then he gets, gets cashed in on him. And it's like, oh no, we have to feel sorry for him. And people just didn't. And then, Royal Rumble comes, Reigns loses it, Triple H gets it, and now it's like, oh, great. Triple H has somehow convinced the boss that he's going to get Roman over.
And we aren't going to see a title match until Mania.
Yeah.
At this rate. It seems like Fastlane's like a glorified house show now.
But look, some very good spots. Lesnar going through, being power bombed through 2 tables.
Yeah, that was a pretty good spot. I'm not gonna lie.
Ambrose and Reigns just doing their brawl thing that they like to do.
Yep.
Dean running in with a couple of chairs when that Kimura lock was put in.
It was a good match. It's
But
just
then that's where
yeah.
the issue comes.
It's the fucking finish, and the fact that he no-sold those fucking chair shots.
3 chair shots and an F5. He got up and speared him. And 1, 2, 3, and that was it.
Ding, ding, ding.
All over Red Rover.
I,
Once again, he gets booed. Triple H comes out. It's like, boss, listen here. I'm going to come out there and get Roman Reigns over. Right? And Vince is like, you do it, damn it.
oh fuck.
That's almost what it felt like.
Did he really need another title run? Honestly,
I don't know.
he's at the later stage of his career, working one or two matches a year. Why? He doesn't need the title anymore.
It almost looks like what WCW used to do.
Yeah. Oh. Well, lately it's pretty much like WCW in the later years, which WWE continues to fucking brat. Like,
We
fucking
beat
bag.
you.
Oh, we beat you.
Exactly.
Oh,
But look,
God.
overall, I want to give it a 7 out of 10. We got some really good wrestling. We got some good stories. It's just, if that finish didn't happen the way it did, it would have been a bit higher. The crowd would not, either way, if Reigns was going to win no matter what, crowd was always going to turn on him unless he did the heel turn. But they're too scared to do it.
Pretty much.
I feel like 10, 13 years down the road, it's going to be the same situation that's happening with Cena now.
Yep.
They're kind of discussing a heel turn now when it was ready a couple of years ago.
They should have done it when he was with The Rock.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, well. So, yeah, 7 out of 10. Jesse?
You've made my standard go a lot higher than I thought it would be. Look, for the wrestling, I have to give it at least half, so I'm just gonna give it a 5. Because I walked out of that pay-per-view with higher blood pressure than I usually do, not for the positive reasons. And yeah, well, higher blood pressure when I'm fucking excited, like WrestleMania last year, where we nearly lost our shit and I nearly had a heart attack.
One of our friends went to the emergency room. That's for another podcast.
I was more angrier than anything. Came out red-faced with fucking steam coming out of my ears. But hopefully they make up for it with WrestleMania. And hopefully that they make up for it with Raw, which we will discuss in just a moment.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
We have a sponsor? Who?
Oh, that's right. Nobody! Are you kidding me? It's episode 1. Who's going to sponsor this?
Yes. No.
But, okay. Let's get to the night after. Raw was way better than Fastlane. In the opening 10 minutes, it was better. We started off with the Vincent J. McMahon Award, Legacy Excellence Award, whatever the fuck it is, going to Stephanie McMahon. The girl deserves it. She works very hard. But someone who works a little harder, is a bit more successful in that family at the moment, made a return.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talks. There was something odd about seeing a 46-year-old man do the... I'm doing a little dancing Shane does at the moment. Yeah, Shane O'Mac is back, baby.
He's back. I'm not kidding you. This cunt called me at fucking... Oh, I don't know. I was probably working the night before. He calls me and says, dude, have you watched Raw? Here's me half asleep slurring my words. I haven't watched Raw yet. What's happened? Oh, watch it now. Hangs up. I'm like, fuck, something must have happened.
But you didn't see what happened before that. I yelled so loud. My neighbors came over. I fucking screamed because Shane O'Mac is back. And the neighbors ring the doorbell. We heard a big yell, is everything okay? And it's like, oh, well, everything's better now because Shane O'Mac is back.
It's fucking Shane O'Mac. Oh, man. Oh.
So we got that. Shane, almost some very real sounding things he was saying to Vince.
Yep.
Which then leads into Shane getting a match at WrestleMania against The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. And if Shane wins, he gets control of Raw.
It's interesting because it's like they threw an absolute fucking curveball at us.
I don't know how to feel about it. One half of me is like, you can't have Shane McMahon beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. But then the other side's going, I really want to see Shane McMahon take control of Raw.
It's like the authority, no authority. It's like, well, you know what I'm going to choose, but fucking... I think that they're starting a brand war. Like, I think that they're really leading to that. Because he gets control of Raw.
Trips gets control of SmackDown, brings some of the NXT guys up with him, I guess.
Who knows, man? What? Like, I saw a photo the other day. You know, you see shit on your news feed on Facebook all the time. I saw somebody had photoshopped with some caption saying this would be an awesome brand war or something like that. You had Shane running Raw, Trips running NXT, Paul Heyman running SmackDown.
Okay. Back to how it used to be, I guess.
It'd be a pretty interesting brand war, I gotta say. Like,
that's it.
I wouldn't mind seeing it at all.
And then we continue on through the night. There's going to be a number one contenders match between Becky and Sasha to determine number one contender for Charlotte Davis title, which we contested for at Mania.
I predict
that should be a triple threat match. I'm calling it now.
I predict that it's going to be I reckon Team Bad or fucking whatever you want to call them, Team Shit or fucking Team I Can't Wrestle or whatever. But
Team
whatever. But they're going to run in. They're going to attack both of them. Whoever comes out, Stephanie, fucking whoever comes out. If we can't... I just lost my train of thought.
Who really cares? Because that's something I personally don't want to see. I want to see a triple threat match because I reckon Becky, Charlotte,
that's what
and
I was
Sasha,
leading on to.
That will almost steal the show at WrestleMania.
That's what I was leading on to. Like,
was that Fatal 4-Way when you had Bayley in the mix? That was the most perfect match I've ever seen in such a long time.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That was the best match of the night for that pay-per-view. I'm trying to think who else was on that card. I can't even remember because all I think of is that match.
Was that the debut of Kevin Owens?
No, it wasn't.
No, so it was a little bit earlier than that.
Yep.
It was one of the takeovers.
Not much else really. Not much else really important kind of happened. On Raw.
It was, yeah.
Sorry, I lie. We got this. Sheamus just Roman Reigns again at the end, and then to have the boss. So we have Triple H come down. Music hits, and I'm like, here we go. But he's wearing his fighting leathers,
which is the first. He's not wearing a suit.
Comes down, lays a beating on Roman Reigns, which
he did apparently break his nose.
Yeah, I did see the photos of the surgery and that, and
I didn't believe it at first, but because there was a lot of talk going on saying that he was.
But then at the same time, there was a lot of blood, and we were like, only to find out Byron kind of handed him some blood capsules.
Yes.
When was the last time you heard about blood capsules being used in WWE?
I am all for them using that. I don't care if they're not going to blade anymore, let them use fake blood. I don't give a fuck.
But my issue with how that ended is Triple H came out looking like the face of the feud.
Yeah.
He came out looking like the good guy, and it's like, well, no, because he came out and he assaulted someone.
Didn't he work towards the crowd a couple times?
Yeah. Great heel work, Trips.
Yeah. Look, yeah.
The pedigree on the steps, and then cocking his wrist and throwing a socket. Crowd losing their shit, and it's like, dude, we're supposed to hate you in this feud. Don't do things like that make us like you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where they're going with that, honestly, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out in the next couple of weeks.
We got another 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
So
anything can happen till then.
That's it. We'll see what happens.
I mean, we've got a couple confirmed matches.
Couple confirmed matches. Yes, so we've got the main event being Triple H defending the title against Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
We're going to have Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker.
Yep, we got...
Oh, Jesus, how do we forget? Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred street fight. Is that what they call it?
It's a no-holds-barred match.
But then he said street fight at the end, and you're like...
He did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's technically the same match. It's just they always fucking...
Exactly.
They always use different names for it. It's like Extreme Rules, Street Fight, No Holds Barred. It's the same fucking thing.
That's it. So, them, and then we're going to have Charlotte against either Becky or Sasha. Like I said, I think it's going to be a triple threat.
Something's going to happen next week that's going to make it a triple threat.
Owens, I'm not sure who's going to defend the title against Kalisto. I don't know.
Probably Del Rey again.
And then what's going on with the tag titles? They're pushing League of Nations versus New Day at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so that was Raw. Raw was a lot better than Fastlane within the first 10, 20 minutes.
Yes.
And then it just a bit stagnant, boring in the middle, which...
Fast forwarding.
What do you expect during a 3-hour show?
They need to reduce it.
Exactly.
Like the way that they structure the show doesn't really keep the attention of the entire audience. Like I notice whenever I watch it, I'm on fast forward mode most of the time.
Exactly.
Like, it's just every Raw. I can't physically sit through the same shit every week. Like I'm all for watching wrestling because I'm a huge wrestling fan, as you can tell. Like we both are, but when you're getting the same shit every week, same sort of finishes, you know. There's always an authority fucking promo at the start, and there's always going to be either a tag team match or the same fucking people in the main event. You kind of get bored after a while.
Exactly. Like
the booking's just stale at the moment. Like they don't really like to throw curveballs very often. Like I think the only curveball they really threw was the one that with Shane McMahon, but it's usually just the same sort of stuff. I mean, why don't they experiment, make shit more edgier? You know, the ratings are falling for a reason. You know, like I don't even watch Raw live anymore like I used to. I watch it fucking
recorded.
I record it on Foxtel, and then I'm either watch it a couple hours later, or I'll watch it in like that weekend or the next week or whatever.
Exactly. So that was Raw. That was Fastlane. Look, Fastlane was good. Wrestling was awesome. Shit finish. Raw was good. You know, good finish. Just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
All right, and now let's get on to some sports entertainment news.
Sports entertainment news.
First things first. Bad news, Barrett leaving.
Yes, we've heard that...
Rumour floating about that Wade Barrett has given in his notice of leaving the company when his contract is finished.
Yeah.
Now, if this is true, this is one of the better things that can happen to him.
I reckon he'll be like Galloway after
that. And he needs to be healthy because it almost seems like he's getting injured a little too often.
Yeah, which seems to be happening to most of the roster now.
Yeah, getting overworked. But look, if he does end up leaving, he goes, I don't know, maybe he goes to TNA. Maybe he goes to GFW. Maybe he goes to New Japan. Maybe he goes to Lucha Underground. Who knows? Maybe he does a whole bunch of indie stuff. Maybe he goes to Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Either way, Wade Barrett will become just as popular and whatnot as what Drew Galloway has become now.
Oh, shit, yeah.
We've been lucky enough to watch him work twice at a local show now.
Yeah.
Outback Championship Wrestling, which, speaking of which, we're going to that.
We're going to
show tonight to see Mad Dog versus Sid Parker in a dog collar match. Two guys I would love to have on this podcast in future.
Yes.
But yeah, if he does go, if Barrett does go, it's better for him. He'll get that push he deserves.
He'll probably be going around. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets bought here if he gets released.
Who knows?
Or yeah, it'd be interesting to see what plays out in next year. I reckon there'll be quite a few releases within the next 4 months because they usually do it around this time of year. They release a lot of people.
The budget cuts.
Yeah, they've already done a few earlier on in the year, but it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Did the 4 with NXT.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that stuff another time. So yeah, Barrett leaving. WWE trying to distract us after the shitty show that was Fastlane with the official signing of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Anybody who knows me well would know how I reacted to that. Like, oh my god.
What did you do, Jesse? Come on, do it.
I fucking ran around the house screaming. I tried doing that thing that he does on the ropes on the couch and I failed miserably, but
If we ever get Juicy on the show, we'll ask him how to do it.
yeah, because
He can show us.
He seems to know how to do it really well.
If there's anyone that's a bigger Shinsuke Nakamura fan than you, it is Mr. Juicy.
Yeah. The day that I saw Nakamura, like, I'm not gonna look. He's probably a lot bigger fan than I am, but I got introduced to New Japan a lot later than I probably should have, because it was because of the whole Global Force thing with the Wrestle Kingdom 9 show. So I watched it, and the first time I saw his entrance, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" Like, I've never seen such charisma like this before. And the way that fucking JR sold him to me was just like, this guy's a wrestling god. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like him.
He's something else over there. And the fact that he's going to be coming to America, like, Kevin Owens said it in the interview too, it's like, when he gets here, like, be prepared. You are going to see something you've never seen before.
And the fact that they're letting him keep his name. He's got, actually, before we started recording this contract, what am I saying?
Recording this podcast.
See, when I'm thinking of something, I say the wrong words. But yeah, before we started recording this podcast, I was actually reading on my phone before, and I told Gavin about it, that apparently Shinsuke is signed to a contract, hence why I was saying it before. He's signed to a contract that he's earning main event level money. That's what I heard. And he's keeping his name, and he's keeping his persona and gimmick, which is rare apparently in NXT to get, you know,
because you had established stars like Fergal Devitt come in and Kenta, and they changed the name. They changed the names, but they didn't so much change the gimmicks.
Not really, nah.
No, but it's very, very rare for someone so established to come in and change their name. For example, Kevin Steen.
Yeah.
I still call him Steen. I know he's Kevin Owens now and we look alike. But he's still Kevin Steen to me. It's like, I look at Neville. He's still Puck.
Yeah.
He's still Puck. I look at Sami Zayn and he's Sami Zayn.
He's Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn and El Generico are two different people. I'm sorry.
We actually got a conspiracy when it comes to that.
Have you ever seen him in the same room at the same time?
Oh, have you? Yeah, I
Wait,
did.
No, that doesn't help. Whoops.
I did a Google Translate. I translated Sami Zayn to Arabic, and then I switched it over, that Sami Zayn translation to Arabic to English, and what did it come up with? El Generico. Conspiracy.
Oh god. And then a bit of unfortunate news. So it's not unfortunate. The kind of almost death hoax of Blackjack Mulligan, the grandfather of Bray Dallas and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
The reason why they went on Raw a couple of weeks ago. They were saying Blackjack died, and we looked it up, and no, he's had a heart attack. He's in hospital recovering. So
we hope he's recovering. We haven't really heard anything. We just know that he's in hospital, still sick. Well, I mean, he could, for all we know, by the time this was released, anything can happen. But
exactly.
We just hope that hopefully it's he either recovers, and because that's kind of a tough thing to deal with. I mean, those two, losing your grandparents is fucking horrible.
I haven't got to that part yet, but grandparents getting that age and the health is deteriorating. But I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, well, let's just hope he gets well soon.
That's it. And then the other news.
Yes.
Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil getting suspended for grabbing Vince and pulling him out of the way to be a gentleman and let Stephanie through first.
WWE Logic, we're celebrating Black History Month. So what do? We suspend a black wrestler for 60 days. Sounds like a cult thing to do, doesn't it?
It does. And it brings us to a segment that I love. I get the honor of doing the first one of this show. You get to do next month. I'm sorry.
Yes. We did rock, paper, scissors, and I lost. So.
Exactly. So what we're going to be doing every show, monthly, it might be fortnightly, depends. We're going to be doing a shithead of the month. And this month, the shithead award goes to none other than, drum roll please, that Vincent Kennedy McMahon. What the fuck? Right, yes, I understand it was a big celebration and the whole Daniel Bryan retiring thing. And Titus O'Neil simply pulled you aside. Yes, it was a bit of a force grab because your ego is that fucking large that you couldn't let your own daughter walk in front of you through the curtain.
I don't even know what it was about. Why?
It was just unprofessional conduct because Titus kind of grabbed him. It looked like it was a hug thing at first, but then you read more and more, and he was pulling him out of the way and said, "Let Stephanie go through first," because he's a gentleman.
He is probably one of the better people in WWE.
He is. That guy deserves a push, and all Titus deserves so much. He does so much great charity work. He's a good ambassador for the African American culture over in the United States, which in some places it's hard to look at. But you know what? White neighborhoods aren't any better in some places.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And this shit happens.
They've reduced his suspension though. It's down to
Went from 90 days. Yeah, from 90 days down to 60. That's still 3 months.
He's still missing Mania, regardless.
Exactly.
We're just fucked, Like I just don't understand it. But
and so to that, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, we say this: fuck you, piece of shit.
Thanks, Sheiky baby.
Cheeky baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
Moving on.
Now we're getting to it's a little more of a bit of a dark one. This
Is it
one.
the segment that I think it is.
Yeah. So pretty much what Jesse and myself have decided is because I was doing the first shithead of the month, Jesse's going to be reading. We're going to do we do wrestling, we do music. That's our main things. So I'll do shithead of the month, and Jesse's going to talk about the music news, and then we're going to swap it from every show. So I'll let you take care of this one, Jesse.
Okay. Well, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it in the recent weeks and months. Well, recent weeks more so because it's been in the mainstream media as of late. It's the whole Kesha situation with her producer. And I'm pretty baffled with what I've read. Like a lot of, I've been preparing this for like a couple days actually, and a lot of shit has come out since then. But I'll give you guys a little bit of a background on what's been going on. But the lawsuit was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court and goes back to her life in Nashville, back in her early years. She was allegedly induced by her producer, Dr. Luke, to drop out of high school and leave her life behind at age fucking 18. This shit happens in the music industry. It's fucked, man. This is why I'm so against those fucking X Factor and all that bullshit, because this sort of shit happens. Kids don't know that. And parents are too fucking dumb. But moving on. Kesha was signed back in 2005 to Dr. Luke's production company, which I won't mention because I don't want to give him the fucking privilege of having a plug on this show. This is the thing that I found really fucked, was he liked to get this is what she states that he said. He likes to get his girls drunk and have sex with them, and then apparently he blackmailed his own fucking pregnant wife into getting an abortion by not speaking to her for fucking 4 months. I have to keep a 50-50 mind on this because I don't know every single detail because a lot of shit's still coming out. But just hearing that, fucking makes me feel sick. These allegations overall revolve around the sexual abuse part. So practically what this whole entire lawsuit is to cut all ties with Kesha and Sony and his production company. And apparently this abuse goes over the last fucking decade. Like, apparently he allegedly forced her to snort illegal drugs and gave her sober pills. Sober pills, in quotation marks. Yeah, you probably haven't heard all this shit before.
Not look. I don't watch the news. I don't listen to that kind of stuff. So this is all somewhat new to me. Like, even when it's on my Facebook, I scroll past it because honestly, everything now is clickbait.
Yeah,
But like, it's a serious situation. It's fucked. Should never happen to anyone.
yeah.
It's just bullshit. It's happened to someone like Kesha.
Well, pretty much like she's trying to get out of her contract with Sony Music. I know she wants to do different music. And I'm not like one of those fucking fangirls who's like, oh, she's trying to do new music. She's fucking awesome. Like, you know those fucking fangirls. But yeah, she's trying to get out of her contract, which I don't blame her because Sony are a bunch of pieces of shit. And she's trying, and they're tied with her fucking, her producer. This is the thing that pissed me off the most. The verdict was, the ruling was in favour of Dr. Luke, and she has to continue for fulfilling her contract by working with him and Sony. So that means she practically has to keep working with this fucking cunt. She has to keep working with him, no matter what she's fucking said. You know, I mean, I've read lately that he has responded to all of this shit, and he said that the whole point of this contract is that she can get a bigger deal or she can get out of her contract altogether. But then again, like, that's what fucking negotiating's for.
Is there the concrete evidence of Dr. Luke doing all this kind of shit to her though?
Well, I've been doing research on it, and there has been people that have said that this has happened. Like,
Okay.
the like high profile people have said like this shit. Like, this guy's a fucking pig. High profile people have said that.
Okay. 'Cause this might be a bit controversial, what I'm going to say. Because, like, when you first told me about this the other week,
yeah,
I was like, oh, it's kind of hard to believe because more and more over the last couple of years, the last 10 or something years, you've seen women pulling the rape card and they were sexually abused card, and it ends up being bullshit, and the person that they falsely accused of, their shit gets ruined. But if she's not crying wolf, she's 100% telling the truth, and I'm all fucking for it.
yeah. I'm not fucking. I'm totally all for what you just said because it's true. Like, that's what's been going on lately. But yeah, high profile people have been giving her support. I have noticed. Like, fucking. Like, the fact that if Lady Gaga's even getting her fucking words in about it, you know, then I kind of got to believe it because she does. I mean, I don't believe it, but I got to kind of look into it a bit more because she's not the sort of person that would just fucking rave on about something like a Kardashian or some other dickhead.
We don't say that name here.
Yeah, you're right. But that's an example that I have to use.
Yeah, I know Demi Lovato. I forget who else is. I know Demi and Taylor Swift had this fucking dumb thing because Taylor didn't put something on her social media about the support.
She donated like a couple $100,000 for illegal fees, and I'm just like, that's better than fucking just posting a stupid fucking status
on Twitter.
Yeah. I wouldn't be complaining, but yeah. There's a petition to I know about petitions. This guy knows about why I know about petitions, you know. But apparently there's a petition to boycott Sony and all of its music, which I'm all for because fuck, just torrent all their shit. That's one way of doing it. And do I honestly support it? Do I support Kesha in this? Yes, I do, because fuck Sony and fuck this other cunt that's with him. I know that this shit's happened in the past with musicians, all sorts of stuff. It happens. Like, the fact that people don't actually know this is that you'd have to be pretty fucking ignorant not to know that this shit happens in the music industry. But yeah, I think the best positive thing that's going to come out of this is there's going to be a shit ton more awareness, hopefully in the future, and people will be a bit more fucking careful.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. But that's all I got to say about this subject. If there's anything like really major that fucking comes up in the next couple of weeks, I'll talk about it. I've got no problem.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
we got there.
We got to the
Woo.
end.
It's the end of the first episode. We did it.
We finished the first episode.
It's almost been 2 hours. We wanted an hour and a half max, maybe an hour. We've gone over that. We're new to this, whatever. Okay, so now it's all the normal bullshit. Go to our Facebook page. Give it a like. That was it the D&T Podcast?
Yeah, the D&T Podcast.
You can like us on Instagram with the same name.
Yep, we got Instagram.
We got Twitter.
We got
Facebook. Oh, we did Facebook.
we got the YouTube, which is where we're going to be hosting this podcast.
Exactly.
For the time being, because we're cheap cunts and we can't afford to do the Apple thing at the moment.
Eventually, but yeah. Tell us how you thought we did in the first episode. If it's shit, tell us. If you liked it, tell us. If you don't give a fuck, don't say anything.
If you're offended, fuck off.
Hey, the claimer was at the start of the show, so...
Yep, because, it's our opinions. We have every right to say our opinions. And...
Alright, thank you very much. I'm Gavin.
I'm Jesse.
This was the D&T Podcast, and we will see you next one.